you may have noticed that we are -1, but Jen, you're with us in spirit, right?
Over to Jen.
Over wherever she is.
Hello, my name's Jen, and the knitter is here because I can't be there.
So this is episode number...
Wait, Jen?
So, super excited that this is our episode 48, which has probably already been mentioned. And
are we maybe just a little dependent on Jen? Yeah, that could be. Thankfully, she's recorded some inserts that Darcy is inserting.
watching our shenanigans. And
Maybe here.
So you never know when we'll be cutting to Jen.
so I don't want to ramble.
Jen. And now,
Oh my gosh.
over to you, Jen.
All right, we're gonna try this out a little bit.
Okay, so with the three of us here, we're going to do acquisitions, FOs, and whips. I'm going to kind of MC today because I have very few acquisitions, which is unusual for me.
It is.
No FOs, which isn't quite so unusual for me. And the whips are the same ones you've seen for the past I don't know how many episodes. So we'll just give you a break on that one.
So, yay!
But what's interesting is I don't have very many either, so it's going to be the Allison and Jen show today.
Yay!
Which is cool because they have great stuff. Yeah, really good stuff. So,
All right, so
acquisitions?
yeah,
What have you acquired?
What have I acquired? Okay.
A for Allison.
A
There
for
you
Allison.
go.
Crystal and Darcy. Hey, we sat in alphabetical order.
Oh, I guess I should say what the day is because I don't think Jen said that.
No.
Today is Sunday, July 14th.
That's right.
Yep.
And we haven't shown our things in a while. So, the
Makes
Great
fact
Lakes
that I
Fiber
have
Show.
nothing even more sad.
Yeah, so wait, we were at where? So acquisitions that we were recently at was Great Lakes.
Yeah.
And then
For You.
And that was the
And
last
then anything
two?
we've done independently, I think,
yeah. Okay.
So at Great Lakes, the Miller girls have this booth of...
You and your sister had a booth?
No. How fun! But there's a yarn shop out there called the Miller Girl.
Yes, and I don't know where they get their materials, but they have unusual fabrics because they have things like 100% silk, 100% tencel, 100% this, that, and the other. So I got this one, which is 80% merino silk and, mulberry silk and 20% merino.
Cool.
And these
cool.
prices were really, really cheap.
Yeah, the prices were like,
$16.
I was floored at the price.
The prices are amazingly low. And then I bought this other one. I had intended to get 100% silk and got, saw a squirrel. And this is 100% tencel.
She saw a squirrel.
And I really like tencel blends in some of my knitting yarn. So I thought, what would it be like to
It's 100%?
100% tencel? So
And what is it?
So
tencel?
tencel is an acetate of some kind. Tencel is actually a brand name.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it's a extruded product like viscose or whatever. But apparently you treat it like bamboo.
Oh.
So I thought, well, I didn't know what to do with bamboo, so I'll do that.
So it's a bunch of chemicals that produce a fiber?
I think this is actually some kind of wood byproduct.
Like a wood pulp. Oh, almost like a hemp
Or bamboo?
or bamboo. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't look it up in that much
We'll have
detail.
to look it up. I'm curious to know how they made that.
So I got those two things.
I've always noticed that the tencel is kind of soft
And shiny.
and shiny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and it drapes nicely.
Yes.
But it has absolutely no memory. So,
Right. So if you
So-
don't want drapey,
So
don't
it
go
continues
tencel.
to grow.
yeah, so the last thing I made out of bamboo, I think, was a nursing shawl for my daughter. And it had beautiful drape. But it'll probably stretch out of shape, so...
And how do you wash that? Can you do it in a machine like superwash, or is it a hand wash type of scenario?
I'll probably have to investigate that.
Yeah, we might need to know.
Because it doesn't say.
Hey, Miller girls,
Hey, Miller girls.
clue us in. What's the deal?
I also bought from Wicked Knits. Oh, we're gonna do the Miller girls. Yes. Yeah, and they do have an online presence and even have further sales, which I think is amazing. This is from Wicked Yarns. This is their Charm Decay.
Wicked Yarns.
Yes.
Okay.
And this was also from Worcester. And I'll show you a whip on that in a bit.
Cool.
If I put it in the right place. Okay. Those are my acquisitions. Oh, well, one acquisition I forgot in the car. We'll splice that in later,
We'll
too.
do that later. Yeah.
I got one of what she got too. So when we were at For You, because I'm trying to think, did I buy anything yet?
Great Lakes? I don't think.
Lakes.
I think you and I may have gotten the little hand tin balms.
No, I did not get
You did
those.
not? Okay, maybe it
Yeah.
was Jen and I.
Okay.
Which I don't know where it's at in this house.
Twice Sheared Sheep has a couple things that I've been looking at for a while and just haven't gotten, but while we were at For You, I got the sock ruler, not because I intended to do socks, but and Jen has one too. But it has a
Wait,
ruler
is
that
Jen's
you can...
long enough?
She's going to kill you.
But Jen's not here. So Jen, what do you think about this?
Suck it.
Mine?
Wait, you know, do you need to borrow
need
ours?
two?
Oh, two of them. You can use two.
Suck it.
Oh, bad. So it's just nice and easy to hang on to. So if you need one, and it does give you shoe sizes on the one side, which is kind of cool.
Let me show it up close.
Yeah.
One of them.
Well, here, take
How about
this.
Yeah,
one
because
with
hers
that?
doesn't have
Mine's not
plastic on it.
crinkly.
Crinkle, crinkle.
Okay.
Oh, it has two sides to it.
Yes. Yeah, the one side shows actual shoe sizes, and then the other side is a traditional ruler.
Ruler. Ruler.
Yeah, with both
Okay.
inches and centimeters.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sock
It's a slap
sizing.
You know, slap bracelet. So
From Twice Sheared Sheep.
yes.
Pretty cool.
And then they also have these cable locks. I need to take a picture. And what they are for is
Let me show it here,
Okay.
and then it may make more sense for what you're going to show. Okay.
so I'm this project, which has been around for freaking ever, is done back and forth, but I use the cable lock to move up my stitches so that I'm not continually pushing them up. I push them up as far as I'm comfortable doing so that the stitches don't fall off the end of the needle. And then I only have to move them up a little bit, not constantly
Shuffle stitches.
I am
stitches.
So
I am
those are-
so going to order those.
And those are very similar. Those are the same things like on your drawstring cords
Right.
that you
Yes.
can push to
Yeah.
hold the. Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, basically.
So you could go to your local outfitter.
Right. But
It probably costs you twice as much.
oh, there's
if you're local.
multiple sizes those too.
Oh.
Because like this one is a size large, it goes up to a US 10.5 needle, but then there's ones for medium and small. I don't know if they have an extra large for larger needles or not, but so it's multiple sizes. And I mean, I have this one just holding my cord, but it does move, but not generally when I'm using it.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it will slide, but it has held it pretty well. But you can also put it, like if you're doing straights, you know, you could put it directly onto your needle too.
Oh, that's a great idea. You
Yeah.
can even use it with straights. That's
So, and then the other thing I got
That would be
were
right up your
these-
alley, Allison.
The tips.
The stoppers?
The stoppers.
show one close.
Yeah, just take one off. Yeah. Which,
So-
What are they?
It's
Little
a-
coffee cup?
yeah,
Aww.
like iced coffee
Aren't those cute?
or iced tea. Or, yeah.
I love
I love these little things. They're just so cute.
The notions.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm sure people who have used them have noticed, but they also have a hole in the top of, usually there's a hole in both sides. So if you want to just use one for your circulars, you can.
Cool.
Yeah. So that was it.
Well, except the thing that I left.
Except
in the
for,
car.
yes.
The thing
except-
in the
same
car.
thing that I
That's
did.
what I got
Yeah, that's what you got at Great Lakes.
That blew my wad.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. That was my purchase at Great Lakes, and it was the first thing that we got. I think we went to one other booth ahead of time, and I thought, oh, well, if I don't see what I want, I'll come back and get this yarn. Yeah, didn't go back and get that yarn. Sorry, Jean.
Yep. All right, so Great Lakes, I got essentially nothing. I just got that little tin of hand balm.
Which I really like that company. It's a small,
it's a really small independent company, and it was interesting having a conversation with them because they were talking about the essential oils required to make it and how hard it is to get the actual scent because of the big conglomerates that have all the rights to those scents.
Do you remember what the company
perfume companies have all the rights to things.
Do you have the company name? No.
I'll find it and let you know. But
and it'll go on the bottom.
Yeah. So that's what I got at Great Lakes. So then at For You, I got the local Yarn Shop Day bag and some yarn and some notions. I got the same ruler. This is Kim Dye's yarn. I was drawn to the color, so that's why I got that one. And this one, of course, I was drawn to the color because it's pink. It is to make us. Yeah, it is to make socks. I'll probably put it on my shelf and stare at it
and
more
it
than
will be
anything
eye
else.
candy.
And I will look at it and I will hug it and squeeze it and love it and call it George. That's what I'm gonna do with that. And then I got obviously the little Kitchener.
Ah, yes.
Oh, okay. Thing because I can never remember how that goes.
She always has, several
those.
Different ones of these. Sometimes they're hard to find.
Yep.
Sometimes, the different places will have different ones. So I always like to look for those. I have a whole string of them.
Me too. Then when we were at River Colors, I kept seeing the, what the heck is it called? The Lemonwood mini winder. It's not a winder, but it's to hold your skein of yarn so that you can put your arm in the hole, right, and carry it with you. So I actually do laps up and down the driveway on my lunch hour, and I have this with me as I knit. But I saw one at River Colors and I kept him hawing around it, and I finally ended up just ordering it because the one at River Colors was the big one and I wanted the little one. So I got this one. It's got a little monarch on it. It's currently attached to that.
And it's really pretty. I don't know that I can show it to best advantage here, but
yeah. So I got the monarch one.
And I forgot to say, I did get one. I requested one for my birthday, and there's another company that kind of stole the idea.
Yeah, there's a lot of uproar about that too, I think.
So if you decide to order it, please order it from
Lemonwood,
the people who started it, and they should get the credit.
And the last thing I got as an acquisition was a gift for my husband. He has ordered me mugs. Well, that's up there in the cabinet, but mugs from Lenny Mud, where it's got knitting stuff written on it. One of them's like a lamb, and it's got him all blocked out like you do with a cow with sides of beef.
Sweater.
Yes, exactly.
Cowl.
So he saw this little poster, and he said, oh, I have to get that for her. So he got this. I don't know if you can read it or not, but
read it to them.
So it says, most of her plans for world domination came to her while she was knitting. So I think it's very fitting for all of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So that's it. That's all my acquisitions.
Excellent. And Jen's acquisitions will be shown, hopefully,
so
now.
Jen, what are your acquisitions? Jen.
Something else I've been busy doing, and if you've seen Facebook, I made this. I've been taking a spinning class up at Longtail Knits, and Chris from Alchemy was teaching, and last night I went and learned to ply. And for those of you who knit, look at that. Look at that, my first skein. It's not going, so it's laying straight. So happy about that. Yes, there's some crazy spots, but it's my first one. And I don't know, over on the doorknob you see the other one hanging because that one is a little crazy. That was spun, this was 2-ply, the other one was spun with thread, and I think I may have been a little tight. But either way, super fun. Can't wait to pursue that a little longer. Other acquisitions, good news. I think in the past I've whined. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Whined about the arthritis in my hand. It's not arthritis. Yes, there's a little. It's tendinitis. So I can fix that as long as I'm diligent with my stretches, and my physical therapist told me to get one of these. So those of you out there who already have one, you know. So this is a Boppy, I don't know how to pronounce it, but nursing mothers, you know what it is. Around the waist, supports, and my tendinitis in my shoulder, much, much better. Been doing lots of stretches. I feel like a cow sometimes. Tendinitis, doing stretches, wearing braces when I sleep, and I am feeling the difference. So, yay! Physical therapist, love it. Other acquisition, this is a bracelet, and you can see the tip. And if it looks familiar to you, yes. This has been made out of knitting needles. I am so unprepared. I do not have the name for the person who made this. I picked it up at Great Lakes. And if I think of it, I will add it below, or Darcy in her amazing editing, she will add it below, or she'll call me up and say, get it. So, but yeah, she uses all of these old knitting needles, and she makes absolutely gorgeous jewelry. So I think that's it for me.
What are we doing now?
FOs.
FOs.
Okay.
What did we learn about there being a flock?
Oh, and Jen, what are your finished objects? Over to you.
So I don't want to ramble, and so I'm going to cut straight to it. I have 3 finished objects. I don't have the information to provide because everybody knows what this is. I probably don't even need to tell you the name, but it's, yes, a little ranunculus. I finally made one. This was knit out of some yarn wool that is a cotton wool blend out of Nebraska. Sorry, I can't remember what brand it is. It was kind of old. I found it at a resale shop and it was in really good shape. Super excited for that. So I did the bracelet length sleeves. It's kind of it's warm enough, like I'll be able to wear it definitely in the winter. But because it was a cotton blend, I thought I might be able to do like spring fall, so that'll work out. I had also mentioned, I think in the last episode, that I was going to be crocheting the Magnus cardigan, and I finished it. So I used the Lion Brand yarn and Scarfie as mentioned in the pattern. And, you know, I love the colors. And I've said it before, when I see a pattern and it's the colors and everything, like I tend to make it because of the color, not necessarily, I'm not drawn to the sweater so much as the pattern, but I'm drawn to the sweater because of the color. And while I love this and it wears very well, I'm just not a huge fan of, yeah, you can say it with me, the acrylic feel. Well, it is acrylic. Feels a little crunchy. So I apologize if I come across this snooty patootie. I don't mean to be, but I love the smell of the sheepiness of wool. There's nothing there. So I knit with all my senses. I feel it. I like the way it looks. I love the way it smells. So I will wear it. It was a fun crochet, and I wish if I could do anything differently that I would have used, because it did take some time, I wish I would have just gone with some wool, and I probably would adore this and love it and love it and love it. But anyway, it's all good. All right, so my next finished object, I might have to say objects. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. So as many of you already know from anywhere, tail, I have an emotional support flock. Call me Gonzo, right? Every time I walk in here, I think Gonzo would be so proud. Those of you who don't know who Gonzo is, just Google Muppets and you'll see Gonzo because he loved his chickens. I got a little obsessed, and there are 2 more, or is it 3 more? I think there's 2 more that have already left the flock, flown the coop, however you want to say it. But yeah, no, these aren't all for me. I'm either keeping the 2 in the middle, this one or that one. These 2 go together. I used the Heidi and Lana advent calendar minis that I got a couple years ago and held them double. And so that was kind of fun. And this was, oh, I can't remember who did it, who did all the chicken yarn. So this was actually the chicken yarn. So I got chickens. Lots of chickens. So those were my finished objects. Great stash buster, by the way. So super fun.
I've got a little stack here.
Oh, good, because...
Oh, should I say thank you, Jen?
Yes.
You would have seen this as work in progress. This is the herb scent done in Barocco Spree. And this is knit transversely. So it was a little unusual to knit and fun, and I've worn it as short over long, and it just was a fun knit.
It is very cute.
And the Spree is a mix of wool and cotton. Here's this.
I love the design, and if it's knit like this.
Yep.
Oh. Oh. Isn't it from the side?
Side to side.
Side to side.
Okay.
Yes.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, that was interesting. This is made of Universal Yarns Deluxe Worsted Tweed for a washable kids item.
Oh, now look how smart she is.
She stapled that on there.
She has stapled to the pattern the yarn that she's using, so that when we do this, we know what it is.
So
was that a good day that day?
That was yesterday. This little coat called the latte coat, which I've made several times for baby gifts, and it's a little hoodie.
Sweet.
It's double-breasted, which might be a bit too many buttons for a new mother, but you know, whatever. Just use what you need. But the thing I liked about this is this kind of lattice in here.
Yeah, that's cool, and it goes up onto the hood too.
It does. I added the raglan.
Allison splash.
Yes, I did add that. But anyway, so that's machine washable.
Splash.
The Allison splash.
Picture of the.
You got it there.
Yep.
Okay. Pattern and who it's by. Very
cool.
cute.
Yeah.
I have a friend who I think she's expecting a little boy. Maybe.
I think we just coined the phrase.
Allison Splash.
The Allison Splash.
So this sweater is made out of Barocco Folio, and actually was in the Wool Week, Shetland Wool Week. And of course I had to order the book.
Do I have that book? I don't think I have that book. I'm gonna have to get it to add to my shelf.
Yeah.
So this is the Farag cardigan, and I really liked it.
Sheep on the back of the book.
Sheep.
Aww, isn't it cute? See this book?
All right.
It's from a couple years ago, I guess.
2021.
So
Volume 7.
This is the Folio, and it knit up actually surprisingly fast and didn't use that much yarn. I only used 3 skeins of the Folio.
Lace went fast.
Wow.
Yes, because it's true lace. You change the pattern on both sides. This kind of lace, you knit on the back just to follow whatever pattern's on the front. And I really liked how it came out.
Is it seamed? Or no?
No,
In the round. Okay.
just at the shoulder.
Okay.
Now, I would warn anybody who decides to do this that the pattern is not well written. The size medium, which I think this is,
There are so many strikes against this for me right now. Allison, I'm just gonna let you make me one.
So mine does match at the shoulder, but I think all sizes should match at the shoulder, and I don't think it was written for that way. And so
Really?
the designer has.
But for like us short people, everyone's gonna see the shoulder.
Right.
Right.
As they look down
So,
at us.
so what you do is you just add stitches.
So you put
here.
a little Allison splash on it.
Yes.
Yes,
You
splash.
add stitches here, and then make things line up. Or you just do a size medium.
Or you ask Allison to make it for you.
Okay. This one I think you've also seen as
Ooh,
a
but
work in
didn't you-
progress.
Oh, okay.
The Earth Prelude.
Oh,
Two patterns or
yeah.
what? Yeah. That's it. Okay. So this one is also done
Side to
to side.
Wow.
And I had never done the Judys Magic Caston
Yes,
before.
I've just done that. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is truly amazing. Yeah.
It's magic.
It's magic. So, again, this was knit
Huge.
this way. And I really like the way
Okay,
it
so what
came
is Judys Magic Caston? What is it?
So
what is
what
it
you
supposed
do
to do?
is a cast on, which basically gives you no seam, and then you can work that way and you can work that way.
Oh.
So it was pretty cool. Now, being a novice at
Okay, wait,
working
I have a
sideways.
question real
Yes.
quick with that though. So the idea is you can work in both directions from your cast on. Is that similar to what you do with
Provisional?
provisional? Thank you. Yes.
No. Because, well,
Yeah,
you could,
Could.
but provisional, you put in a provisional line.
Right.
Where in the
Okay,
one
so-
I've used, I kept a needle there.
So my question actually is, could you use Judys Magic Caston instead of a provisional?
Probably.
yes.
Okay.
I guess a provisional would just do the same thing. It'd just be half a stitch off.
Yeah. Because
But-
that stitch on the end.
So I did this to here, and then tried it on, and it was up to here.
The mistake we all make is not being ready to bind off, and it's just not long enough.
Well, because you're doing it
You can't
crossways,
even tell.
crossways, you had to choose your length by the number of stitches you cast on. And in retrospect, if I had just been more aggressive in my blocking, it would have been okay. But I was scared that it was too short, and I ended up putting on this little bit here.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I remember you talking about.
Oh yeah, because in the pattern you don't see
You don't
that
have that.
extra little bit. But I
Okay.
kind of like. Wait, hold that all up again. Let's look at that. I kind of like that little unique Allison splash at the bottom.
And then here's the. I'm
Yeah.
gonna lean forward.
So again, this is Earth Prelude, and the lady who designed these,
Rachel
where is her name?
Wait, here.
Isley.
Rachel Isley. She has some really cool,
Oh, yeah.
really cool designs
ILLSLEY.
as far as color work goes. So
Isley?
this one, you do need to be able to do color work in pearl. So,
Okay.
So what does that mean?
so on the reverse side for parts of it that don't go in the round, you have to be able to do your design going on the pearl side, not just on the knit side. Since most color work is done on the knit side,
Okay.
yeah. You've done color work.
I've done color work, but
And
I've
it's
only
usually
done
in
it
the
in
round.
the round. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on
So-
the reverse, you'd need to be able to maintain the pattern.
Right. And so for this part, it's done in the round, kind of. But this part, it's done back and forth. Well, back and forth this way.
Right. So
And
you're
so you do
flipping and
have
doing
to-
purling sides.
Right.
Okay. But it charts all that out.
Well, you're still following the chart,
Okay.
but since most color work things are done in the round. It's a switch.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
This is Fallen Cloud
Oh, it's
using
very pretty.
Blue Sky Fibers sweater yarn. And this is a shawl. I think I introduced that as a work in progress.
Oh, so pretty.
So,
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
I don't know how to wear it. And so I'm giving it away. Oh,
Here's your point, right?
yeah.
That's how you wear it.
No, that's not me.
This is what kills me. While I love this is so much bulk
Uh-huh.
here that's why I stopped making them. Just because it's just so much bulk.
So I'm giving it to and one of Andrea's best friends, who is like a second daughter to me. So, and she's always cold.
Always cold.
Always cold. And speaking of which,
Whoa.
I offered to make her a sweater, and this is what she picked out. She also picked out the yarn over the internet, which I wasn't familiar with. This is hobby yarn called Pearly Haze, and the pattern is called Kuyame.
That is really cool. They're so shiny.
So it is. It's very similar to an old.
It looks like that stuff
yes.
with the lofty.
Yeah. And isn't that what was called loft?
Maybe. It's like got that halo to it.
Yeah, it definitely has a halo, and it's mostly not acrylic, but viscose and some wool. So it has this lovely
Jen
cable.
has made a sweater out of that. The turtle dove was originally made out of in the original pattern. Turtle dove was made out of the wool that is similar to this.
Right.
And the first year that Darcy and I went to the
yarn crawl.
yarn discovery tour.
Yes.
It was like everywhere we went,
Oh,
and we were like, oh, this is really
so this came from Europe, and I love this little design that they had you do for the ribbing.
yeah.
And so I added a stripe down the side and put the
that's
slit
really
there.
cool. And it's on the cuff too.
Yes.
Yes.
I like the pattern.
So
Yes.
that's the same that I did on the little jacket for the latte.
That is like the color and the shine to it. It's like a very fancy going out to dinner kind of
Chainmail.
nice sweater. Yeah.
Well, she's always cold, so hopefully between that, and I made a little Sophie scarf to go with this, she will be warm enough.
Okay, so we said that was
Turtle dove.
turtle dove.
Okay, that's
Okay.
my finished objects.
Okay, Jen, what are your finished
What are your
objects?
finished objects? Okay, so turtle dove.
It's turtle dove 2.
Oh, but isn't that the same?
I think turtle
Wow.
dove 2 is there we go.
This yarn, Wool Folk Loft.
Loft. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
What
So
company
what?
made it?
Woolfolk.
Oh,
Folk. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a current yarn that looked like that. Okay, it
Yeah.
does.
Loft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it reminded us of. What kind of FOs do you have?
I have none.
How about you, Darcy?
I got none.
You have a whip?
I do have a whip. So I have the whip that's on my little mini thing, which is a hat. It's just a 1x1 rib.
It's a gorgeous color.
It is.
Yeah, so I made one before, right? When I went camping in Michigan, I made it in the drive to Michigan, and I wore it the whole time camping, and I loved it. So I thought I'll make some more.
What wool is
So
this?
that yarn I got from Yarnbird's truck.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
When's the last time we saw Yarnbird's truck? That was at Great Lakes.
We saw our Great Lakes.
So that's when I got at Great Lakes. So that's a whip, and the only other whip I have is the Rah Rah sweater that I've been working on. So I'm on to the sleeve, but I did finish the body, and I added the little pockets.
cute.
Using the mini from the Christmas minis, but I added a little pocket that just fits you like your fingertips and like a chapstick. So yeah. So now I'm just on, I literally just started the sleeve. Oh, and here's another notion I got from For You, just the row counter.
Which is also twice your cheap.
Yes. But yeah, that's my whip. So the whole body part of it's done. And now I just have to work on the sleeves. And so I'm still undecided whether I want them 3/4 or just a little longer than 3/4 length or full length. I'm thinking full length. But we'll see. That's this yarn by Heidi and Lana. It's called Ugly Christmas Sweater. So it was a special colorway.
I want to know what specific yarn this is, though. You said it's from Yarn Birds, but
I got it from Yarn Birds, and I can find it.
okay.
Since we're here at my house, I can find it.
It has an H. That's right.
Okay, so I have this, the other skein, and the tag.
Origin.
Well, it's Walcott Yarns.
Ah.
You can see that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, walcottyarns.com.
Let's show that. Okay.
So that's what this yarn is that's in the hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got an unusual
Logo.
I really liked it. I had hoped, I was looking for, you know, US made yarns. But this thing, it's just so pretty.
Oh, the color is Pacific.
Pacific.
Oh.
Yep. Hand wash only. So 50% merino, 50% Highland wool, and 100% free spirited.
Okay then.
I'm not sure what that means.
So that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. So I have a couple works in progress. This one where I've lost the... I got too much stuff in front of me. This is called the Woodhaven Pullover. So I'm using...
Ooh, by Tiff Nealon.
Yep.
Oh, I actually think I have that in my favorites.
So I'm using that Wicked Charm DK in New Moon.
From Bewitched Pigments.
Bewitched
Pigments. Sorry, I got that. Not Wicked, it's Bewitched. And I thought this was really interesting having this section up here. But it called for German short rows and I thought they looked ugly. But I had already knit down to here. When I decided to...
AKA Here Comes the Allison Splash.
So I re-knit this with Wrap and Turns and cut out the old one and then Kitchenered in the new one. Mm-hmm. And I did put this on the Facebook page if you want to follow blow by blow. But anyway, I really like it, except I feel really, really dumb. I mean, I've been a knitter for decades upon decades, but didn't manage to notice that there were two different dye lots in my wool.
Ah.
So my sleeve is quite a bit darker than the rest of it.
But I think if your other sleeve is also knit in that same darkness,
would be fun.
It's a design Allison Splash.
And this is not a solid.
It's got a lot of dark.
Dark in it.
It's very dappled, which is why I decided I didn't need to alternate skeins when I started, not realizing I didn't have the same dye lots. So I have actually written a note to the people who made it to see if they'd be willing to send me some skeins and see if there's one that's still closer. But if it doesn't, I will just continue with the dark side.
And then see how you like it, because like we were talking about earlier, that one DK raglan sweater that I made that I ran out of yarn for the remainder of the sleeve, I had to get another skein, and that skein was completely less bold than the rest, and I notice it, but it bugs me, but not enough to make me not wear it.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see the design on this one, it's such a dark color.
Right.
But it does have this little eyelet design as part of the...
I'd be interested to see the other project pages to see what colors everyone chose. Because she chose a pretty light color
Right.
Yeah, there were some really strange color combinations.
Really?
Wait for that. Yeah.
Fun.
Oh, very nice.
Okay, let me just
I
dump
always
some
like
stuff
tips
off of
patterns.
here.
They're usually pretty well written.
My other one is really, really just basically cast on kind of thing, and that is in my 10 cell. Let me put that on focus. I don't think it.
Wait, she's caught.
The Rio top, and it has a central textured panel of eyelet, and you can see it's top down, and I basically just started. So
What yarn are you using? That's the tencel.
This is the 10 cell. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
To be continued.
And you're not concerned
this
about
pattern-
it growth without having in a sweater?
Well, otherwise I'd have to just make a shawl or something.
Yeah.
It says this pattern is suitable for bamboo for summer and wool for winter, so
there you
maybe
go.
they've taken that into...
I'm thinking with all of the seed stitch that might help keep it.
Oh, and I just noticed that it's like seed stitch
It's a
is
seed
only like
stitch.
this part, a little strip around the waist, and then just in the front, and then
Yeah.
the rest is stockinette.
Yeah, but I'm actually going to change the sleeves to mock stitch. So, yeah.
Cool.
So we'll see.
And
Current whips that are on the needles, I have 2 pairs of socks. I think I might have one with me here. Pip and Pin Mama. I've done it before. I used an orange yarn from Heidi and Lana. This is, I love that sweater. And I wanted a cardigan, and I have been eyeing this yarn for some time. I know it's like not in my wheelhouse at all as I throw it around. I absolutely love this. And yes, it is Hobby Lobby. Every time I walked in there and saw this particular one, like the other ones, okay. It's called Market at Malta. And yeah, this isn't usually, well, here I am in this color, but I usually choose the more earthy tones, but this is a bit on the muted side, and I am loving it. So I love the texture that's in the Mama, so Pip and Pin. So I'm working on that. There is a little bit of a snip there if that helps you at all. So that's been my summer knitting, as well as, like, I'm just repeating all my old patterns. I bought this yarn from Knit Picks to make something else, started it and didn't care for it. And recently I've been seeing like the sweaters that are solid and then have the either crocheted initial or a heart, or I think for the 4th of July it was USA. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but the Sabella, Darcy's knit the Sabella. I made the Sabella using my Mayak yarn. So I am just doing a solid white. Love, I don't know if you could see that detail on that sleeve. I love the raglan sleeve on this. It's just really, really nice. Or is it a saddle sleeve? I don't know. Super, like, not boring, but like mindless. That's the word I'm looking for. Mindless knitting. So I'm in the round. This is what I was going to take with me when we podcasted, because I was just going to go around and around and around, because you know what? You got to talk. So that is kind of my mindless knitting. I've got my car sock that I've been working on, which I don't have with me, but I do have this one that I'm working on. They're a little wound up here. I'm doing 2 at a time, but on separate needles. But isn't that pretty? It is so amazingly soft. This was yarn I picked up at For You when we were up there. Let me see if I've got the label. It's called Beachcomber Yarn Cafe. So I don't know if that's going to come in backwards, but there is the tag. So let's see. Hopefully this is coming through.
One more thing that we have to show you that Allison got, and I got one similar, that my wood is different than the wood on hers, is the vertical Swift.
And this was from Great Lakes. This is handmade.
We have seen him multiple times.
Watch the fan. Love ya.
Shepherd's Woodworking.
There you go.
And they're called, what, squirrel cages or something?
Squirrel cages.
Squirrel cages.
Vertical Swift.
Yeah.
And it was...
And we'll do a better picture once we get outside.
So these go up and down to create different sizes of, for your different sizes of
your skeins.
And then, excuse me, as we lower this, your ball winder attaches up here, and so you can wind the ball all vertically, or you can put your skein on here and actually knit from it, because they spin as you pull the wind.
All of his designs are made out of gorgeous
gorgeous wood. Oh my gosh, gorgeous wood.
So, totally a extravagance, but we like them.
I love it because I don't have a space to set up my Swift, and I have a tabletop Swift, not an umbrella, and my ball winder consistently. So every time I have to wind yarn, it's get it out, put it together, put the pegs in, attach this one to this table. You know, we all know that. I mean, unless you have the space that you can set it up permanently, that's what you do. And I don't have a lot of floor space either, so this is like perfect because its footprint is about a foot by a foot, and I can leave my ball winder hooked on top of it and just pick it up and move it where I want it. So I'm absolutely loving mine.
It's just so pretty.
And it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
Gorgeous piece of furniture.
Yes.
That would fit really nicely next to my chair in there, so if it forgets to make it home,
trust me, it won't.
So up next, I think, will be us in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Unfortunately without Jen, because she has to get ready for school.
She has to get ready for school, but you know, hey.
And I think we're going to meet again in August, just to get together and knit, I do believe.
I think so.
That would be good.
Yeah.
I have a work trip now in August, so we'll see
We'll
if
have
that
to look at our
affects
dates
anything,
again.
But
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and Jen has several announcements for us.
Yes.
So,
yes,
the
there's some knitting
housekeeping
news.
stuff. The
Yes.
one
It
part
may have already been mentioned, but congratulations to Lisa. She just relocated to her new shop. It is at 29 West College Street in Oberlin. So can't wait to get up to see her. Speaking of shops, this too may have already been mentioned. So Darcy, if it is, cut it out. Congratulations to Callus Yarn. I don't know the ladies' names yet, so maybe we need to put that in down below, but they are opening up a new yarn shop called the Pink Lambs Yarn Nook in Norton, Ohio, 4087 South Cleveland, Mass Road. Can't wait to get over there to see that.
One part of housekeeping that I don't believe she did take care of is like and subscribe. We do have their Facebook page. And if you request to be a member on our Facebook page, there are questions that need to be answered. And so that is the first step that we do. We are trying so hard to make sure that our Facebook page is content that is us and you. That is our goal with all of this, with this podcast, with our Facebook page, with everything, is to give everyone a place to come and share their love of knitting. So help us do that by making sure that, you know, you follow our prompts.
Yep.
Thank you so much. We love seeing you. We love being seen.
Yep.
And thank you to Jen for all of the important stuff that we've missed.
So I think that's it for me. I hope you all are doing great. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Happy knitting. Bye.
Until next time.
Bye.